Hello everyone, Crypto Lemon speaking. Today is Tuesday, December 15th, and we are in for a new daily crypto news show. So we're gonna talk about the state of the market, then we'll go on and talk about Mangocks, actually a kind of continuation of the current lawsuit following the 2014 hack, and what actually the Trustee plans to do with the bitcoins in its possession, which is quite good, I guess, as good as it can be for the people that lost their bitcoins at the time. We'll also talk about Estonia. If you remember, Estonia has been a really pro cryptocurrencies and technology state inside the EU, and it's kind of moving back as it closes more than 1,000 cryptocurrency companies licenses. We're gonna talk about Grayscale, probably the biggest institutional investor in the crypto world, that just reached 13 billion under management and is continuing its really great strategy. So let's get to it, guys. So the current market cap of the crypto world is sitting at 574 billion. Bitcoin is bouncing back over the past 24 hours, plus 1.2% at 19.4k, and Ethereum is up to $585. So what happened is we had a bounce 24 hours ago from the 18 to the 19.4. Volumes have continued to trend down, so this is not really good for the overall health of the market. But the good thing is that liquidation and actually the volatility is kind of going down as the Bitcoin is really consolidating between 18.5 and 19.5 and trying to decide if it will go up in the short term or down. But what's sure is that the next move is gonna be quite powerful either way. What's next is Ether, actually, that now represents 3% of Bitcoin's price. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but when we started the 2020 year, it represent 1 Ether was equivalent to 2% of Bitcoin. And now we almost, this ratio is up almost 50% actually, as it gained 1% over 1 year. So this is quite positive and show how people are really bullish on Ethereum, even if they are also bullish on Bitcoin as a whole. Let's talk about Mangocks. So Mangocks, if you've been in crypto, you've known about this hack. It was the biggest hack that really put Bitcoin in the bear market in 2013, 2014. What happened is that the Trustee had filed a draft rehabilitation plan promising to return over $2.6 billion, equivalent to 140,000 Bitcoin, back to the users that were hacked during this tragic event. What's interesting is that since the hack, actually these Bitcoins gained 2,600% in value. And I'm pretty sure most of the users back then will have sold before reaching such a high percentage and high profit. So this is the interesting part, but overall this is great for the users. They do not give details how they plan to give it back to different users, on what metrics or this kind of thing, but at least they will give it back to the users, which is kind of nice. Before moving on to the next news of the day, I would also like to remind you to subscribe to the channel or to the podcast, to like it or give a nice rating, and share it with your friends or family. I will really appreciate it, and will help me to try to get known in the crypto space. So next news is 1,000 cryptocurrency companies lost licenses in Estonia in 2020. So if we remember, in 2018 Estonia really pushed to maybe get actually a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, and also to give license to bring talent to Estonia and companies and work in the crypto sphere to make some kind of European Union crypto hub. And actually what they realized that it did not work as intended, as most companies just used it to have a license and operate in Europe, and didn't really bring jobs or talent to Estonia. So they're kind of going back at it. And also in 2018 European Union was really against the fact that Estonia will issue CBDC, and they put a lot of pressure. Estonia claimed that they will never do that, and what we happen to know in this article is that actually they've been working a lot on it, and that they will plan to do more, and probably to launch one in the near future. but nowadays European Union is definitely not so much against it as it was in 2018. So that's it. And concerning the licenses, just remember, so it's not so bad, as a lot of these were used actually by a crypto scam or bullshit ICO to raise money in a legal way, and therefore I think they're cracking down on all these scammers, or let's say kind of fuzzy projects. Next is Grayscale. You know about it, that just reached $13 billion in asset under management. You have the table here if you look at the video, but basically most of it, almost 11 billion out of 13 billion, is in Bitcoin, and the rest is mostly in Ethereum Trust, 1.8 billion. And what they've seen recently, which is interesting as it's a hint of what investors are thinking about and the thesis in the market, is that they've seen a lot of interest for the Ethereum Trust, which was not the case before, and all the other trusts, they have trusts for Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Horizon, Lycan, Stellar, XRP, Zcash. All these ones are really small compared to the two big ones that we've said, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is quite bullish as they continue to raise money for institutional investors. Finally, I didn't include it in the summary, but something I think worth to watch for is that Binance started shipping its Bitcoin Visa cards in Europe, and I've looked at their offers. They are really competitive with other crypto cards, and the thing is that it leverages the Binance token, which is already really useful for all their launch pool, reduced fees in a top exchange with a top app. I mean, this could really be helpful for the Binance ecosystem even more to consolidate its power actually. And actually this, I was running a bit the numbers, and could also be bullish for the Binance token, at least in the short term. So this is all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and until then, stay safe.